Welcome everyone to another episode of Vibing with Stay Grey. My goal for this show is to transform, educate all the young lives that want to be or wish to be transformative. And theme for the month is men's mental health. I'd like us to have a man talk, just to get to know how these men navigate this journey called life. Did you know that 3 times as many men as women die by suicide? And why is this happening? I believe it's because they are deemed to see that they are not fit to go for therapy because there are a lot of societal nonsense going on right now that men should not be weak, they should not cry or be vulnerable. Actually, I feel like men are usually told what not to do every single time, and when they fail to deliver, they are judged mercilessly. I believe so because I hang around a lot of men who feel judged every single time. They can't be vulnerable, or they just can't show their feelings in the outside because they are deemed as robots. And I believe that we are human beings and all of us have feelings. So what we need to do is understand these men and just understand how they think and try to help them seek knowledge and protection from all these societies nonsense. So a while back, while I was growing up, I used to live with three elder siblings. I used to feel protected, incubated because I was their little sister. Because I didn't feel like they had that kind of protection coming from anyone else. Me being a female, I gained it all because they saw the need of protecting me personally. But if I could look at it at another angle, they are not receiving anything positive from the society. And I used to wonder how they navigated through all this madness. I mean, how did they handle disappointments? How did they handle heartbreaks or just anything negative in their life? Because they always seemed happy, but I felt like they used to hide it under the shed so that no one could see it because they fear being vulnerable. But I used to see, I came across some mental health symptoms that when I look back, I feel like they were not going through a positive life outlook at that time. Some may be aggressive. They used to have just taking risks which are not that quite thought out. They used to become, how can I put this? Just being angry, having sudden anger time to time. So I used to feel like they needed some sort of help but didn't get it at that time. And even in our societies, your fellow male, to the men who are watching this right now, some of them are not gassing you up to become the person you want to be. You are told not to be vulnerable. When you feel like pouring out your feelings, you are judged and called a girl, something like that. So now you fear just putting your feelings out to the world or even seeking therapy. That's why many male undergo this depression, anxiety, and end up killing themselves. And it's so sad to hear this because all these resources nowadays are so aware. We are aware because of the internet. If you go to mental health services, you could be helped. But I want the men out there to feel like they too can have these services. They too can seek help, and there's no shame in seeking help. Yeah, so as I conclude, on the next episode, I'd like to bring out a wonderful guest. He's a creative, a poet, and he'll take us through what men go through. That conversation, I'm really looking forward to it so that I can get a deeper understanding on what men go through and how they need help. Because as for me right now, it's so vague. It's so vague to me and to the other women who also need to understand males out here so that we can get a better grip on how we can help them maneuver this journey called life. So that's it for this episode. I hope that you learned something, and I'm also willing to take your insights, especially for the male. And you want us to have a conversation on how your life has been through childhood and what kind of mental illness you underwent and how did you seek help. And if you're also suffering from mental illness, we can work around through it. So don't be shy, don't be afraid. Mental health matters to you guys, and we need you because you are the stronghold of our community. So see you then.